What's going on, chat? What's happening, bro? What's happening, chat? We're back. We're back again. We are back grinding better than ever. As we always do, as we're always about that. Take a photo. Like so. Like so. Like so. Boom. 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 Boom, boom, boom. Discord. Boom. Done. Alrighty. You know what's interesting? You know what's really interesting? Today I've had such a low day. It's not the worst day. I'm not depressed or anything like that. I'm not sad. I've just had, you know those days where you have really bad luck and one thing after another, just bad things just keep happening. And it's not big things. It's just little things that just build up and stack up to the point where you're just so angry and frustrated. And then you're acting like this victim mentality to a degree that, oh, poor me, which makes things even worse. And law of attraction takes it over, and then eventually, everything bad that could possibly happens. That's the type of day I've had so far. It's like, this is the thing, when you have bad things going on, you got to keep a level head and you got to remove emotion out of it, because otherwise you'll attract more and more bad energy, and eventually more bad things are going to happen. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned today. So just have a positive mindset and try and be level-headed no matter what's going on, good or bad. That's my advice. That's my advice. Where is everyone, bro? Alrighty. Let's get into some things. Let's react to some videos. The era of toxic anti-feminism
is bad for women, bad for men, and Welcome to the Council of Trent podcast. I'm your host, Catholic Answers apologist, Trent Horn. And today I want to talk about toxic anti-feminism and how it actually hurts men. Two things before I do that. One, I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize if I sound a little off. And number two, if you want to help this man right here, then consider subscribing to our channel and liking this video. It helps us to reach more people. All right, so what I mean by toxic anti-feminism is...
What's up, Draco? How you doing, man? How you doing? It's been a while. You fumbled Slender? I didn't fumble shit. That game was actual, it made me so angry. If I was there yesterday, I could have helped you a lot. Yeah, well, you were. You let us down, man. Where the fuck were you, man? Come on, man. You let the team down.
Not thoughtful critiques of feminism. Most of the stuff...
You got 5 pages, hey? I got 3. That's something.
Associated with modern feminism is bad for women, bad for men, and bad...
Couldn't make it, but now I'm here. That's the main thing. The good thing is you're here, brother.
Bad for society. The few good elements in feminism promote the truth that men and women have equal dignity.
if you're gonna play it now, nah, I'm not playing it. We got too much to get through, Draco. Got too much stuff to get through. We dedicated a stream to that. We're gonna keep moving. There's more things I gotta do. I got events. I got guests. I've got other games and stuff I want to do. Maybe in the future I might play it. But I got enough content for now. I got a lot to get through, bro. A lot to get through. We still haven't even touched Discord. We're gonna get through all these videos and go to Discord. So we're just not gonna have time today. What are you doing today? We're gonna react to some videos. We react to some videos. Gonna react to Discord. A couple things I want to talk about. Yeah, it's a bit of a more chill stream. I've had a pretty shitty day. I was just saying before, the reality is when, you know, a couple bad things happen and you think in this mindset, well, poor me, like a victim sort of mentality, what happens is you're going to attract, and you then attract more bad things to happen, which then causes your day to be worse and worse and worse. You have to have the mentality, okay, I've had a bad thing happen, blah, blah, blah. How do I move forward and make it better? You got to keep problem solving. You got to have a problem solving mentality, not the mentality, oh, boohoo, poor me, because you're just going to attract more bad things to happen and then you're cooked. So my advice is, if you have a multitude of little things, nothing seriously bad happened, but if you've had a day where those little things just keep building up and it turns into a bigger problem, just remember that everyone's gone through that, and it's best to just keep your head up and just keep moving, because otherwise you're going to have more issues and it's going to cause you more problems, because your energy's going to be off, you're going to be off, and it's going to cook you. That's so true. This is an amazing mindset. This is why so many people are living such miserable lives, because they refuse to leave their poor victim mentality. Yeah. Well, in 2025, it's almost cool to brag about how many bad things you've been through and how much of a victim you are, rather than taking responsibility for your life and actually trying to make it for the better. You know, the internet has created such a society where everyone could be victims, everyone could be negative, and there's no consequence for it. You know, and the reality is that when people get mad and hate on you, or are upset with you or whatever, they're going to go back to their shitty lives. So the least you can do as an individual is chase your dreams and die trying. You know, at least you're trying something. At least you can go to bed at night knowing that, you know, you're trying to make your life better, instead of saying, poor me, ooh. Everyone's got a sob story. Everyone's got hardships. Individual. It's how it affects you and how you deal with it that counts. And a lot of people on the internet get a false sense of power by being able to boast and brag about their shitty things that are going on in their lives. How about you get off your backside and make a difference? It's cool to live the struggling life. Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves being depressed, sad, suicidal, unsuccessful, poor, miserable, being cheated on, being broken up with, heartbroken, hating, etc. Yeah, bro. People just want to be the victim, you know? They see a happy couple and go, oh, it must be nice, I'll never have this. Or they'll just hate on it, you know? That's the thing. You got to be humble and appreciative for the things you have. I think everyone can sit there and make a list of all the things that they don't have and all the bad things that have happened to them, and sit there and have a genuine alibi to a degree, a genuine reason to just give up. But you're put on this earth for a reason. You're put on this earth to make a difference and make an impact within your community, for yourself and the people around you and your loved ones. And if you're young, you got time on your side. You need to make a difference. You need to chase your dreams, because no one likes wasted potential. There's a saying. That's a saying from The Bronx Tale, a famous movie, where they say, no one likes wasted talent. No one likes wasted potential, because it's true. That you've been given gifts. You might not even realize it, but there's things that you can do that not other people can do. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes me Bo and you. So you need to hone in on that uniqueness and make it into a skill that can then provide value for the marketplace and provide value for other people. That's how you win. That's how you find a fulfilling life, and that's how you fulfill yourself, fulfill God, and make sure that you're content with yourself. And if you go like, I'll never have this, then you won't. Exactly. Instead of being happy for them and know your time is coming. Exactly.
And men and women should both be treated as legal persons in the eyes of the law. But most of the errors in modern feminism come from conflating the truth that men and women are equals with the lie that men and women are the same. Men and women are complementary. So it makes sense that some roles in society are better fitted for one sex or the other. There's nothing wrong with anti-feminism that opposes the bad elements of feminism, like contraception, fornication, abortion, and disregard for the family. Toxic anti-feminism, however, is an unhealthy victim mentality. It blames women for men's problems and it emasculates
Why
men.
Why does bro look like Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four 2015? He gets his fantastic out of here. Yeah, bro.
Process. Let's take a look at one of its most famous modern proponents, H. Pearl Davis, or Pearl as she's known online. Pearl is Catholic, but it's not clear how much she practices her faith now. However, a fair number of Catholics have bought into her brand of toxic anti-feminism, which can be just as bad for society as feminism. Let me give you 3 examples to show what I mean. First, toxic anti-feminism.
Fun fact, Pearl interviewed Mizzy? Really? Damn.
Makes excuses for men cheating on their partners. Here are some of the things Pearl has said about that.
Why did he cheat? And a lot of times, instead of looking at where the men are coming from and asking yourself the question, how did I contribute to this? We want to just put it on the men. Did you gain a bunch of weight? Have you been nagging him 24/7? Men act like this is the most unforgivable thing, that he is the ultimate bad guy, the ultimate demon if he does this. I'm sorry, sometimes you contributed to it. And women take no accountability for that.
I want to stop and add a few.
Damn, bro. My mentality is this as a man is like, if you're in a committed relationship and you're not happy, fucking leave, bro. End it. You know what I mean? Like, why are you going to put someone in an awkward position, embarrass a relationship publicly, embarrass it privately, and do shit like that, like cheating? There's no point, there's no benefit. If you're unhappy, leave. Don't stay in there and then cheat. You know what I mean? Exactly. No cheating, bro. That's awful. It's like there's no benefit to it. If you have someone sniffing around and you're not happy in your relationship, leave. Leave that unhappy relationship. Do you and the other person a favor and move forward. Don't be out here cheating, bro. Don't be out here cheating. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You should never cheat, you know? That's the thing. It's like a lot of men and women too like the comfortability and the flexibility of having a safe option, meaning like might not necessarily be the best option, but the safe option. You know what I mean? Like there's always something to come home to. But then they want all the other shit. You know, relationships take compromise. You have to be willing to commit and try and work things out. If you're not having sexual relations with your partner, if you're a grown up out there, you know, if you're not in a happy and committing marriage and you're not having sex and you're not having children, you're unhappy, you're unpleasant, this and the other, then you know what's going to happen is that you're going to build more and more resent towards each other, and the people around you are going to then have resentment as well for each side, and it's going to cause a catastrophic volcano eruption of some sort. Some big drama is going to happen. It's either going to break the relationship or it's going to break someone around you, and that is detrimental to a kid. That's detrimental to society. It's like, why did you commit with that person? You know what I mean? Like, you should, before you get into a proper marriage or a proper full-blown committed relationship, you should have a basic understanding of how a person is. You can't anticipate everything. I understand that. But if you guys don't align in some sort of way and you're having this much disagreement to the point where you want to cheat, just leave, bro. Don't cheat, man. There's no fucking benefit to it. You're bringing another third party into it that's into drama that they may or may not know about. You're embarrassing the relationship publicly. It's just pointless. And it promotes degeneracy. You know, it promotes this ability where there is no there's no value in marriage. That's what this does with all these people just sleeping around and cheating and being degenerate. It then removes the beautiful thing about marriage and the beautiful thing about two people being in a committed relationship. Yeah, it's not fucking easy, but nothing's easy in life. You know? You can have your good days and bad days, sure, but the main thing is can you be yourself around your partner, and can you share the same values? And if you can't do that, and what I mean by that, well, values, what you want for your future family, your future children, things like that, and if you don't share that, then what are you doing? Is it that transactional that you're just doing it for gratification or validation? You know what I mean? It's like, my mentality is that you want to choose someone that you can see a future with, and if you're already having massive issues and you're not resolving them, and then you bring a third party in, it just shows immaturity. Cheating is a very immature sort of way to go about it. It's just ridiculous. Especially if you're in a marriage, bro. You're embarrassing your family. You know what I mean? Like, you're embarrassing the partner's family. You're embarrassing your immediate family. You're embarrassing the relationship. You're embarrassing if there's children involved. You're embarrassing your children. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're genuinely unhappy and you're not providing value for each other, it's best to just walk away. It's just best to walk away. Cheating while having kids is the ultimate disrespect. Yeah, it is. It's disgusting, bro. What, you're going to hang in a relationship, you're unhappy, and then you're going to step out, bring a third person in, embarrass everyone within that situation, and then the kids are now ruined a home. You've ruined a home, bro. When you have a child, you have to make the decision that the child comes first. You know what I mean? Like, you and the significant other have to make the decision the child comes first. So you need to do what is the benefit for the child. AKA staying together. AKA not cheating. AKA the woman also doing her part, Goes both ways. The woman's still got to, nurture and care and do the other things that what women do. And the man's got to live up to his part as well. It's a give and take. That's why it's called a relationship. But bro, it's so crazy how in my generation, cheating and dishonorable behaviors and disposable mindsets is just so common. It's really sad, because you can see the world becoming a place of full-blown degeneracy, and families becoming less and less frequent and less the majority, and becoming a minority. Like, people want to be single until they're like, they just want to, they don't want to have a family or settle down until they're in their 30s, bro. By the time you settle down in your 30s, both you and the opposite person are less fertile. That's just science. So it's harder to have a child. Then that could put the child in an interesting place. Well, not interesting, a scary place where biologically it might not develop properly. And then off that as well, you're going to be like a geriatric parent. And then you can't be there for the kid because you're old, you're tired, you're grumpy, you're sad. Like, bro, that's not how you want to raise a child. You want to be there. You want to be present. You know what I mean? That's how you want to be. That's how you got to be. What age are you having kids? That's a good question. What am I now? I'm turning 21. I don't know, bro. I got a lot of things that I want to sort out first, but I want to do it in my mid to late 20s. I want to have children way before I turn 30. I can tell you that. I don't want to be pushing 30 and trying to have kids. That's just not optimally. But I got to sort my shit out, right? Because it's very well and easy for me to try and have kids, but I got to be able to provide and protect for them. There's responsibility too. It's a two-way. It's a double-edged sword. You can't just be out here pumping kids and you can't even provide for them. That's not fair on the child. Gotta be careful, chat. Gotta be careful. Yo, what is up? Not much. What about yourself, Wix? And the other thing too, Draco, it's about the significant other as well. It's just about dialogue and circumstantial. But you want to have it earlier rather than later. I'm going to say like 3 or 2 depending on my income. Children? The more children, the better, bro. People aren't having enough kids. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Few points here. First, I agree divorce should not be the automatic response to adultery. Men and women should fight for their marriages. But if it's just your boyfriend who cheats, dump them. Second, there are cruel wives.
This is the other thing too, is the mentality of a relationship. A lot of people view a relationship as boyfriend girlfriend. Like even that sort of framing now, because of society and how degenerate it is, they now think that it's temporary. You know, people date for temporary validation and gratification rather than actually thinking long term. Like, you know, if everyone was a lot more smarter in society and they both betted on each other like horses in regards to, values and taking a risk in regards to actually wanting to fully commit for the long term, we'd have a lot more successful relationships, and there'd be a lot less broken families, and there'd be a lot less, terrible kids being brought up in terrible areas and terrible circumstances. It's just the truth. Because a lot of people that, when a man steps out of a woman's life when they have a child, the woman still chose to be with that guy, It's like you need to be very guarded and very protective of who you choose long term. Wait, you're having how many kids, Bo? As many as I possibly can. You understand it takes 9 months to have a child, and then the woman's got to obviously heal and all those things. It's all well and good to say, I want 14 kids, but the reality of it is one, can you provide for that? And secondly, is that even physically possible? I'm happy with as many kids as God gives me. If it's 1, so be it. If it's 20, so be it, Kids are a gift by God at the end of the day. So that's how I view it. They're a gift by God.
Lives. But using this to insinuate a false generalization about women is as wrong as using isolated examples of racism to make false generalizations about white people. Finally, naturally gaining weight isn't cruel. It's a part of getting older, and it definitely doesn't justify adultery. Nothing does. Would Pearl say women can cheat if their husband gains weight? I doubt it. Pearl also minimizes cheating in other ways. For example, she calls cheating a small thing and says, look, it's just something that men, especially high-value men, do. So
again, it's this mentality is promoting just wrong. Like, she's talking about high-value men and, alpha males and all these people that they talk about, which is just retarded. It's just narcissistic bullshit. Like, if you have to call yourself that to be like some type of really valued guy in society, that's just ridiculous. But secondly, and more importantly, it's majority people are normal, majority people are average. So you're saying these statements like, oh, cheating is just not being happy, or it's a little hiccup. No, that's damaging to families. Like, these people have the luxury of being degenerate because the previous generation were families that created them. But now that we're growing up in a society where majority of people are degenerate and not having families and this, that, and the other, guess what happens, chat? Guess what happens? We're going to have broken families, no families, and stray children going through adoptions and through, broken homes is terrible. We no longer have... This next generation is not a generation that has foundational traditional values anymore. We're growing up in a generation full of degeneracy, and it's scary because the next generation is going to be really messed up. What do y'all think of cheating? Should there be legal punishment? I think there should be. I think there should definitely be some ramifications for both sides. I think it'd keep a lot more people honest. I think it'd keep a lot more people just more keen and fighting for their relationship. A lot of relationships deteriorate too because either both give up or one gives up. When you give up on a relationship and you just sort of try to hack it out, that's when it causes a lot of it causes the relationship to break down. I wonder how many people would put down if there were legal punishment. Yeah, bro. If there was legal punishment for cheating, like genuinely, for either partner, not just one-sided court system that we have in Australia where it legit reams and goes against the man and is all pro the woman's side of things. If there was legal punishment for both for cheating, it would stop a lot of that, for sure. For sure. Without a doubt. It would reduce a lot of things. It's like, imagine if we had every relationship you had was a marriage. Imagine that. If you wanted to date a woman, you have to marry them. Imagine that. Imagine how many less people would be divorcing if there was legal punishment and they had to marry who they choose. They'd be a lot more selective of who they choose. Because, like, bro, if you pick the wrong horse, you're stuck, right? So it keeps people honest. It keeps them ultimately, picky with who they choose. And secondly, it stops a lot more people breaking up and divorcing. I think that's a good solution. That sounds really messed up, but I think if every young male and female out there wanted to date and it would count as an automatic marriage, it would cause a lot less divorces, and it'd destroy a lot of degeneracy, and it'd keep people honest, and they'd be a lot more selective with their partners and who they want to build a family with, which ultimately cleans the streets with stray, kids and broken home children, and keeps family units and traditional families in line and strong and multiplying by the minute. If that was a regulated rule, as well as implementing some type of legal punishment if someone in the party in the relationship cheats, one of the parties, the man or the woman cheats, we would have the most successful families to ever exist. We'd have more families than ever in history if we had something like that. That's what I think the solution is if you want to date, you have to marry. That would cause the dating market to be a lot less degenerate and people to be a lot more selective, and there'd be a lot more happy families, and society would be a lot more prosperous under the family unit. That's what I think.
Oh, we women might as well get used to it.
I feel like we should just let these men cheat in peace.
That's ridiculous.
No, I'm serious. He's rich and famous. What do you expect?
Yeah, fight degeneracy with more degeneracy. You know what I mean? Two bads do not make a right. Like, this logic is just dumb. I'm sorry, this is where the red pill loses me. This is dumb. This is just dumb. You know what I mean? Have you ever had a degeneracy phase before? No, I've never had a degeneracy phase. I definitely have not. Men cheating in peace is dumb. Yeah, it is, because it's like two wrongs do not make a right, man. You know what I mean? Crazy. Absurd. And people buy this, but shock value, it's a lot of reasons why Pearl would say this, but it's like, bro, the damage that does, you know what I mean? Crazy.
Again, I just think life's about choices and trade-offs, and men, I just think, are biologically predispositioned to sleep with a lot of women. The men who are over 6 foot tall.
God damn, bro, that's like two wrongs make a omega. Right? Okay? I just find that crazy, bro. Like, just because you have a biological urge doesn't mean you act on it. When you have a thought, when you have an impulsive thought, doesn't mean you always act on it. It's called being responsible. Crazy, man. This is just another double-edged sword in regards to degeneracy. Like, it's just crazy. This just amplifies why society's so fucked up.
Are statistically 38% more likely to cheat, which is presumed.
Yeah, cheating is insane. But like promoting and boasting about it and pushing people to do it's even worse. It's one thing for people to act on it, and that's terrible. But someone out here publicly promoting that is even worse. It's like, oh my god, like how many people consume this content and decide to do this and live their life like this? You see all these guys, these really high, you could call them high value men, or these top dogs in regards to content creation and etc. A lot of them have got a lot of money, they're rich and they're successful, they got status, but they don't have a family. You can see that there's something missing in a lot of them. There's a lot of substance that they don't have. There's a hole there. You can see it in all their eyes. Like they're getting to an age where they should be starting to have a family, but they're not, and that's why they just look so soulless. Because even their mind and their heart is telling them, and God's telling them to have a family, but they're just still chasing this unbalanced life. It's really sad to see. A lot of people in this industry, chat, are very much just lost. They have everything, but they don't have everything. They have some of the things that are important, but not everything. And that's where you find this these people not balanced and the scales tipping. She looks weird. She looks like she has a wig on. Damn, bro. Wix is fucking ratio, man. Relax, man.
Opportunity. So it's like if we're going
Damn,
after the
bro.
guys with all of these
Doing him dirty, bro.
qualities, like, do you think we should maybe expect it on some level?
This may all be true, but who cares? All this does is it gives selfish men a license to cheat. That's because Pearl claims most men can't cheat.
You know, most men can't cheat. Most men, it's just only the men that you see can cheat. So, okay, so women on dating apps, we swipe right 5% of the time. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and women, we think 80% of men are ugly. Like, you picked someone that could.
Yeah.
When most guys can't. Meaning, in a way, he had multiple women, and there were signals that showed that you were attracted to. It's not conscious. Like, most of the time, we don't know why we're doing what we do.
Yeah.
But there's a reason you like confidence. Confident men tend to get laid.
Yes.
So that means if a man is able to
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Just because a man is confident doesn't mean he's sleeping around. You know, it takes... Confidence is... Yeah, there's a limit of... There's an aspect, I guess you could say, somewhat experience, but it's just having a crack. You know what I mean? It's getting out of your comfort zone. If men don't approach women, there's never going to be a relationship. Women and men will never date. It's just part of the job of a man. So when women say this, like, oh, you know, confident men and guy, they tend to get laid. That's not necessarily true. You know, maybe that was their first and only time that they properly approached a person. And they're probably shit scared, but they put on a poker face. But from that, they learnt that, hey, women aren't scary. Hey, this might actually work. And hey, you had a crack. You know, the biggest thing that I live is that, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You miss 100% of the, you know, the opportunities you don't execute on. You know, the biggest fear I have is regret. So how I like to live life is live life to the fullest, live life on edge to a degree by getting out of my comfort zone all the time. Because by doing that, you're evolving and growing as a person. If you don't make a leap of faith and try something new, try to get out of your comfort zone, try and chase your dreams, try and approach that girl that you like, you're never going to get anywhere, ever. You're going to be the same sad guy that's sitting there complaining about how good everyone else's life is, and you just having a victim mentality, and you never evolving, and no one giving a crap about you. That's the truth. You become insignificant. You know, the guys that do the best in life are the guys that live life to the fullest by taking risks. You know, risks don't always pay off. A lot of the time they may not. But it's the lessons you learn and the better person you come out of that experience, at least trying. Because a risk isn't really a loss because it's just a lesson. You know, it's all about your mind and how you think about things. A risk is a win-win either way. It either pays off or it doesn't. If it doesn't pay off, you then make the adjustments and make the calculated reflection to make a better decision next time. That's all it is. You would never get the luxury of choice if you didn't take the risk at all. That's the truth about it. I have a relevant question. If you could change your height, what would it be? Assuming the same... Change my height. I'm kind of happy with my height. Maybe I'd be a little bit taller. Maybe like 6'2". I think that's the max I'd go. I wouldn't want to be anything taller than 6'2". Gonna keep it a buck. But yeah.
to cheat, he might think to himself, well, this is evidence he's a high status male.
I'm 6 foot in shoes. I'm 6 foot exactly in shoes. I'm gonna say like 6'6". Fuck that, that's too tall. You're gonna have back issues. Fuck that. But you can say I'm like 5'11" and 3/4 barefoot.
And so cheating is expected, or it's something a woman should tolerate. No, it's not. It's only evidence you're a narcissistic turd. You can be a man. Once again, this is coddling. We tell men to man up, to go to the gym, to take care of themselves.
The issue is with this guy, right, when you look at him, is that he's not authentic, you know? Like, he's telling guys to do all these things, but when I look in this guy's eyes, I don't see him being authentic at all. Trey loves lying about being 6'1" in reality he's like 5'5". I knew he was a 6 foot. People been lying to me in the industry how fucking tall they are. They're all telling me that they're super tall when they're not. Even Jayco, bro. Even Jayco Jordan, bro. You think you're fucking taller than you're not. You're probably the same height as me. He says he's 6'6", fucking sleeper build. He ain't that, bro. He's probably like 5'10". He looks like Mr. Fantastic from 2015, bro. That's crazy. When I said the same proportions, I also meant like, would you really like struggle walking or anything? Oh, okay. So you'd be able to move the same, you're just taller, basically. You have the same... Yeah, right. Fair enough. Still, bro. I wouldn't want to be that tall.
But when it comes to sexuality, toxic anti-feminists like Pearl think that men are totally incapable of being manly, aka virtuous.
Yeah, I can understand how Pearl's mentality can be dangerous because it just doesn't promote anything good. It doesn't fix the problem. You don't beat degeneracy by promoting degeneracy. It just doesn't work. You know, if you have men, you know, clocking out or just sleeping around, you know, when they can and not committing, and then you have women sleeping around and messing about just like men, you're not going to have families. You're not going to have a great society. Everyone's going to be unhappy. Everyone's going to be depressed. Everyone's going to be on pills. Everyone's going to be, you know, traumatized. And you're going to be such in war with each other and yourself that you're never going to get to where you want to go. And that's the truth. Like, it's crazy that, you know, I feel like, honestly, chat, my mindset and how I think about things is really rare. It's hard for me to connect to a lot of people. That's why I don't like connecting with people unless they have a similar worldview and a similar principle or similar principles to me. Because I just, why am I entertaining this? It's pointless. You know, that's how I sort of view things. It's like, you know, if we don't share similar values, we're wasting each other's time. That's how I view it, you know? And that's the last thing I want to do because, you know, you have a responsibility as an adult when any sort of relationship, friendship, romantic relationship, and etc. You have a responsibility to do the right thing. You have the responsibility to handle it well. And as a man, you do lead the relationship. That's just the truth. It's not about being controlling. It's just you're the protector and the provider. So you're protecting and providing. So you're navigating where everyone is located, living, and cared for. You know, a roof over their head. So the reality is men have a big responsibility in a relationship. So people like Pearl that are promoting degeneracy, fighting degeneracy with degeneracy is catastrophic. Because you're basically telling men not to take accountability for their actions and to just be immature children. Which just doesn't work. It doesn't fix anything. It's ridiculous. How are you going to get anywhere in life if you don't take accountability? You know? Ridiculous. How many toddlers could you beat in a fight at the same time? What, are you trying to get me for child abuse, Wix? What the fuck type of question is that, man?
Like, they could say, oh, I hate cheaters, but we pick them. We all know that the majority of men can't cheat. So if we're picking a guy that cheats, is there a part of us that likes the drama? I think if a woman cheats, she's trying to leave you. If a man cheats,
yes.
just like it's like a handshake.
Yeah.
As I said before, this is the biggest.
It's not really true, bro. The men that sleep around on that level and view a sexual encounter as a transaction, what ends up happening is that you forget that when you come together, when you interact, when you give someone a handshake, this is the thing. When you give someone a handshake, when you give them a hug, when you make eye contact, when you kiss, you know, your significant other, when you do more stuff than that, what happens is you're transferring energy. And if you're doing it as a transactional thing, a disposable thing, what's going to happen is that you're desensitized and they are desensitized. And if there's any sort of trauma, they're going to give that to you. You're transferring energy to your partner. So if your energy is corrupted, their energy is going to become corrupted. If you have trauma and you haven't dealt with it and you're you know, throwing it around and you're destructive, you're going to give them trauma. You're going to traumatize the living shit out of them. And that's the reality of it. You have a responsibility to your significant other to make sure that you're choosing the right person and you don't have a disposable mindset. The people that sleep around, why do you think that they get STDs? Why do you think STDs exist? You know? Because you're transferring energy, bro. And on a long enough time frame in wrong conditions, what ends up happening is that, bacteria and viruses and things grow and you spread it around. That's negative energy. You can view it as a proper, diagnosis and scientific view, aka an STD, but the reality of it is that you're transferring negative energy to other people, and you're responsible for that. And if you have the mentality, oh, well, who cares? You've just ruined people's lives, bro, and you don't care? That's terrible. And you're promoting that on a podcast? That's even worse. You know what I mean? You're promoting people to run a risk of getting an STD. That's ridiculous. And then what happens? What happens if the guy sleeps with a woman he doesn't see a future with and gets her pregnant? What happens then? What's the tone of that relationship? What's that foundation of that relationship built on? Degeneracy. You think that's going to last? Absolutely not. You should not be hopping into bed. You should not be, sharing time with a significant other if you don't see a family with them, because at any point that can happen. At any point that could happen, and it's not an accident, it's a gift. Obviously, you want to have it on your terms and your time when you're ready, but sometimes things just happen. They just do. And you've got to be the type of person to be, okay, well, that's fine because I'm happy because it's, Christmas came early, this is a good thing. It's just, it didn't happen in necessarily the time frame we wanted, but it still happened, That's what you got to be okay with when you're with a significant other. You got to be able to view the so-called extremes as positives within the relationship. That's how you got to view it.
A tree of low expectations.
Look up top 5 out-of-pocket pranks. Bro, Wix, join the Discord, man, and start linking stuff. I got stuff I got to get through. Maybe a little bit later if you remind me, I'll be able to do it, but we got to get through a lot of stuff, bro. We're going to get through a lot of stuff. I still got to react to Discord after these videos. We're going to keep pushing. We can go on the tangents a little bit later, brother, okay? You got to be patient with me.
Pearl rails against women who cheat. And
Invincible's a good TV show. That's a good TV show.
She holds them accountable for their actions. She writes, a woman that cheats is infinitely worse than a man who cheats. And
yeah, someone that does degeneracy is way worse than another person doing degeneracy. Do women and men view each other different? Do they have different attractions and different biological markers in regards to finding a significant other, finding a mate, finding a potential partner? Of course. Women view and extract things out of men differently to how men view and extract things out of women. That's just the truth about it, I don't want to look when I in my relationship, I don't want my woman to be the same as me. I don't want it to be masculine. I don't want it to have similar characteristics and things like that as I do. I want it to have similar worldviews as me, but I'm talking about actual characteristics, behaviors. I don't want that. You want them to be the opposite. That's how you have the yin and yang. That's how you have balance. That's how you have roles within a relationship. So this whole thing about how a woman cheats is infinitely worse than a man who cheats, not really, because either of them are detrimental towards the relationship. Maybe psychologically men are able to recover or detach differently to what women do, but at the end of the day, it's still we're comparing the word tomato. You know what I mean? It's still detrimental. I don't even know what Pearl means by when a woman cheats, it's indefinitely worse than men. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? How do you view that question? How do you view that statement? Because no matter who cheats, there's a consequence for that. There's damage, there's trauma. There's things that have happened that have ruined the relationship and ruined other people that are involved. So Pearl saying that a woman that cheats is infinitely worse than a man who cheats, not really, bro. It's really much the same when you look at it. either is catastrophic towards a relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, bro. These red pill extremes, it's crazy when you really think about it. And it's all by design. It's all still to promote degeneracy. We went so far one way, pro-feminism. Now we're going so the other way with red pill. Which is very stupid, to be honest. Exactly. How can you say, like, look at this, chat. Like, look what Pearl's saying. Let's look at this. I'll chuck myself up here for a sec. Right? Look at this. A woman that cheats is infinitely worse than a man who cheats. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's bad either way, man. It's bad either way. Whoever does it. You cooked. You've embarrassed the relationship. You embarrass each other. The fuck?
God may forgive you, but men don't have to.
Oftentimes we judge men for...
God. To be fair, Pearl's had some good points too in certain things. Is she wrong about everything? No. Do I agree with 100% of her worldview? No. But some of this is set up. Because there's some things that she says, you know, the man should be the protector, provider. There's some good things that she says. But this is the other thing too. Just because one person says one good thing and about 5 other bad things, that one good thing does not outweigh the 5 bad things. You know what I mean? Like Pearl's overall worldview, this woman's overall worldview is honestly detrimental to society. That's the facts. Because cheating is bad in general no matter the gender. Exactly. It's detrimental. It's detrimental. Cheating is detrimental to a relationship. Just fucking leave. If you're not happy, leave, bro. Just cut it off.
For cheating in a relationship, but we cheat every day by having open social medias, by accepting attention from men that are not...
That's a good point. You know, if your woman's accepting, if your woman's accepting attention and validation from other men, that is cheating. You're leaving yourself available. 100%. I agree with that. Without a doubt. You know, so they try and sugarcoat this social media thing as like, oh, it's innocent, this, that, and no. It's just amplified and luxury and convenient speed dating. That's all social media is. You know? If you're not using it for such as a tool like I do, for business or something like that, or entertainment, ultimately you're a consumer. And if you're a consumer of social media, you end up using it like a dating app. Like, Instagram is by far the biggest dating app in the world. Because you get access to anyone across the globe. And, yeah. Like, if you as a woman are leaving your social medias wide open and entertaining other men, and extracting validation and attention from them, that is cheating. That is cheating. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Now, can you have acquaintances? Of course. Can you have business-related relationships? Of course. But as soon as you start, you know, it starts becoming a bit more than that, it's cheating.
Not our husbands.
Why do women cheat, though?
I mean, usually, okay, if you're dating a guy and he gives you a certain type of lifestyle, but you're not attracted, like that.
Wait, so if a woman has a boyfriend and she follows, like, men and they talk sometimes, is it bad? It depends on the context. Why are they talking? You know what I mean? Do they work with each other? Okay. What do you need to talk to him about? What are the conversations? You know what I mean? These are the questions you got to ask. Because it's all well and good to play it off as some innocent thing. Is like, oh, you know, I just got this guy that I message sometimes or at work, or just have jokes. Yeah, that's cool. But why? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why do you need his attention for? They're talking a bit like family life, some random convo. They can do that at work. Why are they going to do it messaging outside of work, you know? Why do you have to have a relationship with this individual outside of work? You want validation and attention? Interesting. Am I not... Then you got to ask the question, am I not enough anymore? What's going on? You know what I mean? That's the truth, man. It goes both ways. You should not be messaging if it's not, you know, if it's got nothing to do with business, if it's got nothing to do with work-related things, and it's more than an acquaintance, and you're talking to them on a regular basis, yes, it's a form of cheating, without a doubt. I'm going to goon real quick, but I'll be back. Oh my god, bro. Wix, you are a demon, brother. You need to get a grip on that. But yeah, of course. Draco? Andrew Tate once said, if a girl is truly in love with a guy, he will be the only guy she hangs out with. 100%. It's like guys should not have girl/friends, and girls should not have guy/friends. It's just the truth. Goes both ways. Are you playing rugby league? I will be playing rugby league in another couple hours. Alvin! You're alive! Alvin, brother! Oh my god, bro. I've been trying to message you for ages, bro. You went on operation. I didn't know what happened. You weren't active on Discord, nothing. I tried contacting you, bro. Where the fuck you been? Are you okay? What do you think of guys having a girl best friend from childhood? Again, they can still have that friend, but what is the relationship that they have? Are they messaging all the time? If a woman goes into a relationship with a guy, she should not be messaging another guy in general. If it's a meetup because he's connected to the family, cool. It is what it is. But you have a responsibility. You're representing the relationship as soon as you get into it. So if you're entertaining and getting attention from other people, that's crazy. Guess what? My bro deleted Discord, and Are You the Human test is not working, bro. You gotta fix that up, man. You gotta get back in there, G. I've been missing you. I want more people in there, Alvin. I want you sharing stuff. You can see we've got my boy Draco over here. We've got Wix. We've got Adventures, you know. I don't know how, bro. You got to figure it out. Get another device or something. Try and log into it via another device, and then you should be okay. What if they meet up for fun? They want to go to lunch. Bro, are you clowning me? Absolutely not. Or a carnival? Hell no. If you're in a relationship, you stop all that behavior, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We know what guys are about. If a guy is hanging out with an attractive woman, and he's been a friend for a long time, his intentions are not pure. You know, that's just a fact. That's just how guys are. And women can be naive in that fact, but that's the truth. She's got a backup boyfriend. Exactly. That's what it is, bro. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. She can have girl/friends. She can have acquaintances. That's fine. But if she is hanging out with another dude intimately and sharing things, that's what a relationship's for. If you don't want to do that, then don't be in a relationship. An attractive woman with a nice looking body and a good personality, right? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? Hell nah. I've seen that by and before? What do you mean, Alvin? Elaborate. Elaborate. Yeah, it's crazy, chat. No fucking way you should have another guy. As a guy friend with a woman like that, it's a cook situation. Yeah, bro. No, I've seen that bit. Oh, Alvin, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Relax. But yeah, man, it's like, fuck that, bro. Fuck that, man. You know, like, you just have a responsibility. Family comes first. You can have acquaintances. I'm not saying that, but it's got to be business related. It's got to be, you know, you got to have boundaries, man. You know, if she's talking to another guy about all this other stuff and hanging out and that, well, then why is she with me? That's what you got to ask for you as an individual. Why is she with me then? Why? You got all that out of a guy, another guy. What makes our relationship special, you know? Maybe we can test her forehead durability with my knuckle. Oh my god, Alvin, chill out, man.
That's the women we talked about.
Alvin's back with a vengeance, bro. Welcome back, Alvin, bro. I missed you, bro. Draco, bro, Alvin's an OG. He's one of the OGs from day one. So yeah, you guys can introduce each other. You can introduce yourselves to each other later.
But they're not attracted.
We're gonna keep
to him.
moving.
They're gonna go somewhere else to the guy they're attracted to, or maybe they married their second choice. I mean, I've heard a lot of stories of like women cheating with an ex-boyfriend before their wedding. That's who they really
fucked. That is disgusting. That is disgusting, bro. Me and Pearly 2026 UFC 412. Absolutely, 412, bro. Alvin been subbed since how many subs? 200-ish, yeah.
want it, but they married the other guy because
Alvin, I did like a whole little IRL stint up in Gold Coast, bro. You missed that too, bro. How was your operation, bro? You're all good now? Are you healthy? You're not going to go MIA and disappear and I'm going to think you're gone? Are you okay now? You okay, brother?
because that guy didn't want that.
So women who cheat are selfish, evil harpies, but men who cheat are just dumb little puppies who will shake hands with anybody. So
yeah, that's a crazy mentality. Cheating's bad for both individuals. It's the thing is too is the fact of the matter is women do have more options than men in 2025. It's true, women do because of the amount of validation that they get from men online. I get that, but you want to find a woman that doesn't live by that and is secure in herself and her family to where she doesn't need other men's validation to feel good. You want it to be a treat sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like you want it to be a luxury, not a must-have. Because that's what you want. You want a woman that's content in herself and her family, to where you're a bonus. Because if she needs you to the point where she prioritizes that over anything else, and that's all she chases her entire life, she's never going to be able to have the proper values that you want. Does that make sense? It's like you want a woman that puts family first because she's going to put you in your family first, That's what you want. Yeah, it got really fucked up, but I'm alright now. Okay, bro. You gotta let me know. It was so itchy, not gonna lie. It's good that you're alright now, bro. You got me scared. I actually thought you were out for the count, like you were Gonski. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, there was another guy. I'm praying for him. There's another guy that was in my chat back in the Kick days when I was streaming on Kick. His name was Jake. And I knew him through Twitter. And the last tweet was end of last year, bro. I hope you're okay out there, Jake. Was that he had an infection and he thinks it's too late to reverse. Don't know how long my time is or something like that. It was really like cryptic, but you could tell it was like a farewell tweet. And I'm scared, bro, because there's no way of contacting that guy. You guys are like my family, man. You guys are my troops. I care about you a lot. So when you guys, go MIA and stuff, I get worried, So, yeah, I'm glad you're doing all right, Alvin. And Draco, I appreciate you being, consistent like I am. Appreciate you. Appreciate you both.
Why are you so mean to them when they cheat? This is degrading to men. A real man controls his impulses and works hard to only use his God-given sexuality.
Go in MIA. MIA means missing in action, like disappearing off the face of the earth without any sort of contact.
For the good of his wife. Sex is a complete gift of self. It's not a handshake. Now,
exactly. You're showing your everything to another individual. You know what I mean? Who are you betting on, me or Pearly, bro? I got you for sure, man. Equal rights, equal fights in Alvin's mentality. That's Alvin's mentality, not mine.
Might make the argument that a wife has some culpability for her husband cheating if she is sinfully withholding sex from him. I'm not going to get into the whole marital debt debate in this episode, but I will say that it is a sin for a husband or a wife to withhold sex from a
I'm one punch that. Oh my god!
For a bad reason, like
oh my god, Alvin,
vindictive punishment. But you rarely hear people make this argument, say that a husband who is emotionally absent from his wife is culpable for her desire to get an emotional connection through sex with someone else. Once again, it's about treating people equally. If your default is that a woman cheating is a sign of total selfishness, then you need to say the same thing about men who cheat.
You know what's interesting too is like men need to understand you can't treat a woman like a bloke. You can't treat her like a guy. You got to treat her like a woman. So you got to cater to their strengths and weaknesses, You got to be understanding that men and women are different. They're attracted to different things. They approach things differently. They have a process within their mind that processes things and situations differently. It's all about understanding. And men out there that are treating women like blokes and, being stupid in that regard, you're gonna cook yourself, because you're gonna realize really quickly that there's gonna be a lot of friction, because you can't treat them like that. You have to treat them like a woman, not like a man. Just like a woman treats you like a man, not treat you like another woman. You know what I mean? That's where Disney shows and Disney movies and Hollywood get it wrong, and they brainwash a lot of men into this mentality to where they, by design, make relationships unsuccessful. Just saying.
Because men and women are equal in dignity, and men and women should be held to the same levels.
They should, but you approach things differently. Like how I talk to a guy is not how I'm going to talk to my girl. You know what I mean? You gotta be understand. Disney, huh? Yeah, Disney. They promote this. They promote just bullshit when it comes to relationships. I haven't watched a Disney movie in ages. Yeah, because they're all wokeified and terrible now.
Of moral accountability.
I can't wait for the new Spider-Man movie in 2026. Yeah, bro. Should be alright. Let's hope.
But toxic anti-feminism doesn't just coddle men by justifying the comparatively rare sin of adultery. It causes more damage by justifying the sin of sloth.
Same. Yes, Alvin. Nah, I was a little boy when watching Disney. Yeah, fair, bro.
Or laziness. The second problem with toxic anti-feminism is that it promotes a lazy, insecure masculinity. Toxic anti-feminism rightly calls out the social error that says there's no difference between the roles that mothers and fathers have in the home. That's false. Mothers, for example, are best suited for infant care.
Exactly. You have different roles. And that's what's happened with society that's cooked us, is that, they want to ignore that we have different strengths and weaknesses, And that's, like, somewhat controversial to say. You know what I mean? It's like, we live in such a... I'm sorry to say it. Sorry for my French. We live in such a pussy mentality world, such a suki la la world, where people just can't speak their mind and speak about facts. People rather hear make-believe, happy, soft fiction than brutal reality. That's the crazy part of the world we've entered. It's insane, chap. It's insane when you think about it. They need Jesus, man. They sure do, bro. They sure do need Jesus, man. Amen, bro. Amen, Alvin. Amen, bro.
They even have organs designed to feed infants that, when properly functioning, are better for a child than any formula a father might give the baby through bottle feeding. But once again, it's a kernel of truth. Toxic anti-feminists go too far when they pronounce a dogmatic universal rule, which says that men must never participate in any of the household tasks associated with women. You can see this attitude in the following viral tweets. The first one says, "If a man is ever changing diapers, there is something seriously wrong with the relationship or with the order of the home. It is a sign the family has much bigger problems." Or this one.
I actually spoke to my dad about this today. I'm like, when I get married and these sorts of things, should I be, if I'm providing, protecting, and doing my role, should I change a diaper? Should I be doing that? And he said, well, son, he goes, well, you learn skills with that. What happens if your wife's away for one day or something, Your partner's away. And I'm like, oh, yeah, true. You need to be self-sufficient. And that's the thing. And there's nothing wrong with being hands-on. Yes, the woman's primary job is to be the carer and the nurturer, aka she's probably going to change more diapers than you if you're out there working and providing. That's just the reality of it. But, you being hands-on is going to teach you skills. It's going to bring you a closer connection to your family because you're more involved, and you're going to be closer with the child. So I was like, oh, that's true, And that's the thing. It's like, it's crazy that we've got to this point where you can't even be... You being present and doing something that is more, a feminine job is automatically viewed as a weakness. It's like, well, what are you going to do if the woman, is not there? What happens if she has a sick loved one that she has to go attend to overseas, and she's going to leave you with a child? What are you going to do? You're just going to let the child just have shit and its undies all day? You know what I mean? Lol Wicks said he was going to Goon. Yeah, bro, he's going to Goon. He just disappears and goes Goons. He's demon, bro. He needs to get off that. Don't goon,
In the
bro.
16
Don't
years
goon.
we've been together, my husband has never done laundry, dishes, cleaned a bathroom, vacuumed, or mopped. He does not do housework. Ever.
Well, again, it depends what he's doing. Am I saying for a man to make her life harder by making the place more messy? No. You don't do that. You know what I mean? It's a bit about... It's just common sense, bro. You know? Like, the woman obviously should be doing that if she's at home all the time, obviously, while you're going and providing. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to help out here and there, bro. You know, if you pick up a vacuum, it doesn't make you less masculine. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. These extremes are just such shock value. And that's the thing with the internet, chat, is a lot of this is not real. You know, I try to implement reality with entertainment, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% full-on truthful all the time in every aspect and everything I say, because the reality of it is, one, it's entertainment, and two, I'm going to protect my privacy more than anything. But I try my best to be the most authentic I can be as an entertainer. This is like stand-up comedy, like I'm an actor. Well, not really an actor, but like I'm shooting a documentary, you know? So for me, I'm also live, but so when I say things and I misspeak, I can't undo it. It's already out there. So I try to be as authentic as I can without giving up too much information in regards to my personal things. You know? That's how you gotta be. You gotta be as authentic as you can be in a dystopia false reality. Because guess what? At the end of the day, entertainment is what pays the fucking bills, bro. Nah, bro, I want to watch Dexter again. What the... Bruh, watch my streams. You got Bo Ridley content to catch up on. Am I boring you? Which is more popular, YouTube videos or streaming? YouTube videos are way more popular. But streaming is something that I always wanted to do. I want to do all of it, which I do. I like doing YouTube videos, but also like streaming. And that's the thing, right? Is I'm everything that I wanted to be as a child. I wanted to be a radio commentator. I wanted to do commentary. I wanted to do journalism. I wanted to do, you know, acting and being a director. And that's what I am. Right now, I'm all of those things in a format that I get to have the luxury of control and outputting what I want to do, full luxury of creativity. And that's what I like, is that I am everything I wanted to be at a very young age. And I'm happy that I have a platform like YouTube to do so. Lol, no, because of what I said before. Draco said Goonster. I said Goonster, Morgan. And now I want to watch Dexter again. The references, I get you.
All right. Here's Pearl on that particular tweet.
And it's so funny to see, you know, men and women come and attack my friend Rachel. Because the way that she lives her life, she believes that men and women have roles. Yeah. And she does not believe that men are meant to do the dishes. That's a woman's job.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, I get it. That's not controversial. That's the thing. It's not controversial for people to have roles. But, like, you know, if your woman's, like, you know, there's circumstances, you know? Like, if your woman's, like, doing something and then she, you know, she's busy and she didn't get to clean a dish, are you just going to leave a dish out there because she didn't do it and just ignore it? You know what I mean? Common sense, motherfuckers. Common sense. Okay. Fun fact. Trey Living buys OnlyFans. His community exposed him for being an OnlyFans warrior. Bo, you and Trey are different so much. You don't hook up with girls, but Trey does. Yeah, I know. I'm very different. And that's what you want. You want different people. If everyone was operating like Trey, we'd be fucking cooked. What do y'all think of Jack Dorsett? You mean Jack Doherty? He's an idiot.
The men can do the yard work. And so Phil says that is fine, but it's not a flex and not something everyone is cool with. So again, that's more of a female arguing pattern. You know, you'll see like a woman's gut reaction when we say water is wet. Well, not all water is wet. That's how women argue.
What's ironic is that Pearl constantly argues this way. She says it's a womanly way of arguing, and by woman, she means mentally inferior, to make emotional appeals without evidence. But on this podcast with Ethan Klein, Pearl gets called out for doing that very thing by saying she thinks a majority of women who feel they are underpaid compared to men are just a bunch of whiners. Klein points out that that's just an emotional assertion without evidence.
You kind of agree that women who complain about pay are just lazy?
Yeah, the majority of the women complaining about this stuff. Yeah,
what do you mean majority?
If everyone operated like Trey, the world would end it a long time ago. You got to remember, Trey is a bait and rogue and a dropout who is reckless. That is wild combination along with his I don't give a fuck mindset. Oh no, hatred he is. Yeah, fucking L3 decline, bro. Ethan decline, bro. Ethan is his. Doesn't Ethan have so much stupid takes? Yes, he does. Alright, I have to go. I will be back next stream, but I do want to ask, what is the deal with this new Are You a Human this thing on Discord? I am placing the shape on the platform and it won't let me. Probably Google it, bro. Maybe see if there's some way of troubleshooting it. That's probably what you have to do. You're going to have to YouTube it, bro. I honestly don't know. I haven't had that issue. And please tell Wix to stop gooning. I will. Alvin, figure a way to get into that freaking Discord. I'm live pretty much every day at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, I'm going to be live all day and probably all night because I'm going to be doing collaborations with Alvin, not with Alvin, collaborations with Trey Living and Jaco Jordan, hopefully on Tuesday, which is Monday for Draco. But appreciate you coming in, Alvin. Bo, have you ever smoked and drank before? I'm legally allowed to drink in Australia, so yes, I've drank alcohol before, yes, but I do not promote that. I don't think it's a good thing, you know? Do I do it on celebrations? That's my own... That's Albin the Monk. Wait, when is the Trey Living Club? See you, Alvin. It is this Monday for you, Draco, because you're a day behind. But it's this Tuesday for me.
What do you mean majority of women?
But yeah, I don't want to promote it to you. Like, you guys never see me drink. I won't drink on stream because I don't want to promote that, because I have a responsibility as an adult. I have a responsibility as an entertainer and as a figure out there. I don't want to promote that to you guys. So April 7th or 8th? I think it would be the 8th for me and the 7th for you, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, the 7th for you, brother. Because right now for you, it's the 4th, right? Or early morning in the 5th. You gotta understand that you're a few hours behind me. And because it would be in America during the day, it'd be Monday, nighttime for you. If I was ever a content creator, I would never show the internet videos of pictures of me drinking, smoking, doing drugs, or posting with guns, or just crazy and wild stuff. Yeah, bro, you don't want to promote that, because you have an effect on, you know, I have effect on you guys. Like, why would I want to do any of that? Never, you know? And that's not who I am. Why would I want to display something that is an insignificant thing that I do on a very, very limited basis? It's not something I would ever want to promote, because it's not my true self, and it's not everything that I do anyway. It's not important.
The majority of the women complaining about this
Based
stuff
on what? Majority of women?
Whiners. Just what I see. Whiners.
Will you see?
Yeah, I mean, because women, it's like, go.
You're arguing from emotion again.
All right. Okay. Is that what you're going to say every time you don't agree with me?
Oh, no. Oh, no. You literally are just saying stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I disagree. I'm just saying if we want to have a conversation about this stuff, it'd be better if we don't argue from emotion and say,
Ethan, bro, you are an emotional, schizophrenic, schizo, shaking leg, Adderall junkie, fat idiot. That's what you are. I also wouldn't show any girls or talk to, because girl contacted me is watchable, but I could never make it. Yeah, bro, you don't want to show that shit. That's why I'm protective of my family. I don't have any photos of my family on social media. I don't have any photos or anything of my girl. I bet my friends, I guess, are in my streams, but as a choice, and they don't really care. So I guess they're in it, but people that are really, really close to me, my family, I don't show because I'm protective of that. That's something that I want to keep private. It's not about being scared or anything. It's that the fact is there was a lot of schizos, there's a lot of dangerous people on the internet, and I don't want my private life all over the internet. I live on the internet enough. I like a place to switch off and separate. If all my work is with my private life 24/7, I will never have a proper life, and I'll never be able to break away from the internet. It'd just be hell. H3 most def gets pegged by his wife. 100%, bro.
Say, I feel that all women are complainers because that's not a productive point, right? Mm-hmm. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've also noticed with Pearl.
Pearl is like, what the fuck, bro? What a weird collaboration, huh? This society overshares so much to the point where if you never reveal your girlfriend, for example, they say you're scared, insecure, or hiding your real life. Exactly, bro. And that's the thing, like, I live on the internet. This is my job. So I'm going to protect my private things because I like to keep it separate. And if that's an issue for people out there or people around me, then that's a you problem, bro. Because unlike you, this isn't your job. You use the internet as a consumer. I use it as a creator. So we're in different frames when we use the internet. So for me, like my partner sharing me on the internet is completely different to me doing it. Do I necessarily want her to do it? No, not really. Do I care that much? Not really. But at the same time, you know, it depends on her mindset. Is she posting it because she's proud and she wants to, you know, share it with her friends? Possibly. But at the same time, does she need validation from other people just so other people know she's in a relationship? You know, you got to understand it's like, it's a double-edged sword when you think about it. You know? I just think a general relationship should be, the more private, the better. You know? Enough information and enough things out there for people to know. Like I tell you guys I'm in a relationship, so there is no miscommunication. There is no mystery in regards to if I am, you know, available or not. I clearly put out there that I am not available because it's important. I'm resembling and I'm representing and I have responsibility for my relationship. That's why I say to you guys I'm in a relationship, because I am, and it's important that you guys know that. So you guys know where I stand, and there is no miscommunication. But would I ever share that relationship on social media? No, bro. It's keeping it private. I like my private life. People don't need to know what everything is going on with me in 24/7. I feel sorry for Trey because his community turned into such a bunch of schizos. They stalked the living shit out of him, and they know everything about him. They've swatted him and everything. That's scary as fuck. You don't want that. That's what I mean. Like, I trust you, Draco. I trust you, Alvin. But at any point, anyone that's a schizo can click on the stream and ruin me if I share too much. And that's a risk I am not willing to take. Thoughts on couple pages? Narcissistic.
That she quotes studies when they help her.
Narcissistic, bro. If you have to share, if you have to get validation from other people by having a dedicated couples page for your relationship, that is ridiculous. LeMayo, trolling Trey is funny sometimes, but his clips, but sometimes it gets too far. They make fun of his deceased. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's funny, sure, it's content, but you know, people forget that there's real people behind this fucking lens that they're streaming on, behind this computer. You know, and that's cool. The internet is just an amplified, entertaining cesspit. But I am not going to chuck the best things in my life in that cesspit. That's ridiculous. That's like taking a knife to a gunfight, you know what I mean, and expecting to win.
Is cited against her, she just dismisses the study as feminist propaganda, which allows her to twist the evidence to fit her conclusions.
Yet marriages that share equal responsibilities tend to last longer and be healthier. You can find a study that tells you anything. And it's because women and feminists have infiltrated institutions. And a lot of these institutions...
All right, we get it, Pearl. It's the same thing. Again, you can't fight degeneracy with degeneracy. Doesn't work. All right, let's go to the next video. We've been on this video too long. Alrighty. Street Beefs. Big Sexy versus Mike. Let's watch this chat.
250. My name is, my fight name is Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
fight whatever.
Let's
whatever I
go.
need.
And they also got his deceased father's real name. Yeah, bro, that's scary.
Sexy, 6 feet tall, 250 pounds.
Yeah, bro,
baby.
250 pound, baby. Let's go. Oh, shit.
Elbow! Elbow!
Ooh! Oh my god, the fucking... Bro, this guy with the man bun is absolutely destroying. You should fight in these? I should do it, Be good for content. You should fight your ops. Yeah, like they do it, though. I want to do boxing. Fight Kai Cenat? No, I want speed, bro. Kai Cenat would never do it. He's a coward. Not a coward. I shouldn't say that. He's not the type of guy. I don't see him as a fighter. I misspoke with that. I don't want to think, he thinks I think he's a coward. I just think he doesn't have that type of aggression or fight in him. I don't think. Who do you think would win? Kai Cenat or you? I think I would, just out of aggression. Yeah, fight Speed. I know Speed would be down for that too. He would do it. He's got aggression. I like it. Kai Cenat is 5'3" and a comedian, but remember, he wrestled Aiden and put him down. Yeah, but then Aiden doesn't have fight in him either, so it's like... It's whoever's got a little bit more fight overall in that wins. Whereas with me and Speed, it'd be about skill. Bro! Oh! Ooh!
Shows what I know.
Bruh.
I'm with you. Hey, but I did match this up. I think I did it pretty good.
These guys have actually trained, though. You could tell how they're ground and pounding and they're in positions. Like, they know basic stuff.
What I was working on.
They gas spot, bro. Oh my god, did he just punch him in the back of the head? Oh, I just hit him in the back of the head. That is awful, man. LeBron, how you doing, G? Oh my god. That's all good, bro. All good.
Advantage, I will stand.
You fighter. Use them legs. Use them legs.
Oh my
My
god.
time. Stop punching. Stand up. My time. Stand up.
That's good, bro. I'm good too.
Hey. Stand up. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick that up. Hey, look at it. Look at it. Alright? You wanna continue? How many fingers I got left? That's fine. That's fine.
Damn.
Fight. Winner! Stoppage!
Wow, bro. He gave up? What the fuck? That was pathetic. I want to see some real shit. I want to see that. Bruh. He gave up. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. Come on, bro.
This is street beef. Knuckle up, Scarface, how I'm coming. Let's see how you doing. Guns are up, taking the city's backyard. Gloves up, shut up. By the time I'm done, you better.
The Slender Man build. Street Beef's best knockouts. Trust.
Z Walker, 140.
I'll do that next. Z Walker, 5'7". He's a midget, man.
Marlboro, 5'9", 140.
Another midget.
I'm here to have fun. I think it's gonna go well.
Street Beefs, we got another one. You ready? You ready? Fight.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh.
Keep the pressure. Keep the pressure.
He's fucked. He's fucked. Oh. He's fucked. Ooh.
There you go, headlock. There you go, connect. Lock it.
He's fucked. He's fucked. Damn, bro. He finished him like nothing. I know. I'll react to Discord later. Bruh. Alright, Street Beef's best knockouts. Here we go. 8 knockouts we almost couldn't show you. This is going to be good, bro. Or 5 knockouts barely allowed on YouTube. Let's go on these ones.
6'5",
173. I see.
Bro, versing a guy that's 6'5" would be fucking crazy, man. Height does matter, bro. It does.
Sure happen. 5'9", 160 pounds.
That's a big difference, bro.
Fighting.
You can close distance with a taller fighter, but overall, bro, if you're tall, you got a big advantage, man. Just saying. You know, you could be a special individual like myself, you know what I'm saying? And it won't matter, but it does make a difference. You should fight someone who's 6'8". Nah, bro. I'm not versing not versing a guy that's like Kevin Durant and 200, bro. There's a reason why there's a weight class, bro.
I don't know. We're gonna see.
Fellas, come together. Please touch gloves. Back up. Y'all both know the rules. All right. Let's get it popping.
All right, chat. Look at his height, bro. Bro, the shorter guy's got to close the distance. Get your ass in there. Look how open he is. Look how open he is around here. If he fakes the jab and goes for a body shot, he's closed the distance, he's made contact, and then he can go ham and slowly back him into a corner. Kevin Durant is tall and skinny is 6'10". Like, yeah, but still, bro, fuck that. See, that's what you want to do. That's how you do it. It took him a while, but fuck it. Yeah, bro. Oh my fucking god, chat.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, not
bro.
Step this way for me.
Bro, he got fucking destroyed, man. Holy shit.
Keep an eye on him. All right, fellas.
Oh my god, chat. Oh my god. He just got fucking destroyed, bro. He just got fucking Thanos'd. He's non-existent, bro. Holy fuck. Fucking hell, bro. Nah, that's how you die or turn into a beggy. Bro, you turn into Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's, bro. You turn into a limp mannequin after that, bro. That's brain damage. That's CTE, man.
5'9", 155.
Gosh, damn, man.
Wing C, 5'6", 140.
Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Yeah, baby. Street piece, round one. Let's work. I can't complain about this, brother. Very good.
Stay on your feet. On your feet. Oh my gosh.
Fight name Iron Dragon.
Bro. See, these fights are good because they're agile, they're light. That's what you want to see. Fights like this. Oh. Look at him, bro. His hands are still up. His body doesn't even realize that he's knocked out. That is fucked, chat. That is fucked.
Fight name Iron Dragon, 138.
That is fucked.
My first fight.
Bro got KO'd, yeah, G.
The gentleman from Pittsburgh, 5'5", 115.
What's your hand raised or not?
Pittsburgh.
Damn, bro.
In the house.
Obey my commands. No hit behind the head, no knees to the head. Let's Come on, don't have Go, Brandon. Boom, boom. Yep, jab, jab, jab. He's gonna go. Let's go, Brandon.
Damn, bro.
Get on your hooks, boom. Yep, nice. Good job. Hey, kick this up. Like kick. Bring that back.
Yeah, elbow, bro. Throw those elbows, G. You can tell the little guy hasn't had much training, and you can tell the other guy has had a bit of like Muay Thai training. You can tell the difference in just skill. I'll give the little guy credit. He's got motor and he's got heart. So he's actually giving him a bit of trouble, and the other guy is not used to that. But the other guy's got way more experience than him, bro. You can just tell. He's gonna break him down, yeah, bro.
Don't let him grab the knee, nope.
Oh my god, bro.
Don't be afraid to catch it.
So he's a little guy. You can't be hesitating, getting scared. You got to take risks. You got to close the distance, man. It's not always going to pay off. There's a high chance you could get knocked out. But you got to have the Mike Tyson approach, walk them down, and get the fuck in there to close the distance. You can't be trying to play long distance. You're trying to, get away and evade, because you're going to get fucking cooked, because he's got longer arsenal in his belt, you know?
Keep going in. Little jab. Boom.
See, what the little guy's doing, he's got wrestling at least, so he's got something, you know what I mean? These guys both have skills. Oh, fuck. Damn, bro.
Hey, yo, hold it. Breathe,
Damn, bro. Yo, Bo, gonna go hang out with the fam. Have a good stream. All good, LeBron. See you later, man. Remember that WWE clip I should have showed you from Randy Orton, bro? Oh my god, that clip was insane.
Breathe it, yeah. You don't got it. Let's go. He got it. Come over. He got it. You push your hips scour. Don't let him hit his head. Break out of that. Down, Brandon. Keep those great violins. Keep switching it up. Need an elbow.
Damn, bro.
Use your left hand and his body. The bell's gonna ring anyway. Come on. Time.
Yeah, have a good time with your fan, LeBron. Have a good time with your family. Was that clip cringe to you, shocking, or just straight up weird, psychotic? It was a mixture of everything, bro. I could just say to you right now, I had mixed feelings about that clip. I don't even know where to begin on the emotional response spectrum. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. Damn, bro, time out.
So don't forget to show at least something there. The low kicks are good. Stay a little bit lower. That way he just needs to try and grab it. That means that guy got her.
That's all he got is kicks. You go for that takedown, you can get it.
You see you trying to throw them knees, bro. I see you trying to grab it, bro. Grab it. He don't think you got it.
He was blocking all that good.
Yeah, he think he's gonna get off with them kicks. Fuck that. Yeah, let him throw that shit. Grab that shit.
He gonna try that show.
Randy Orton is a bad guy, and he tapped into his Viper instincts. Really, bro? Fucking what the fuck came out of your mouth?
Yeah, that spinning heel kick shit. Don't let none of that
Last one. Who's next?
Yep.
Caressa, who's next?
Holy fuck, that kick was insane, man. Holy shit. Oh, bro, see this side of your head? See where this is on your head? This area? That's where it's called, like, I don't know the official name, but it's basically the nighty-night area. This area here, because how it's connected to your ear, it's connected to your nerves. Where your jaw is, people forget how connected your jaw is to nerves and connected to your brain. So if you get hit, you'll see a lot of knockouts, like you saw where he got kicked. Like, we'll slow it down real quick.
Caressa, who's next?
See where he got kicked? He got kicked in the side of the neck here. This surface area on the side of your face is where, if you get touched, you get knocked out. That's why a lot of fighters say, oh, he's got a good jaw. You need a good jaw to be able to not get knocked out. When you have a glass jaw here, that's where you get knocked out. It's like a button. You know, some people have a lot more durability there than others. A lot of people don't. Even if you have durability, if you can connect a good hit there, you're knocking anyone out. With good force, like a kick like that, you're fucking done. It don't matter if you have a strong jaw. You're getting knocked the fuck out. Ninja's doing crazy kicks like that, bro. Yeah, I know, bro. It's true, though. Crazy. Crazy, man.
My name is Old Boy David.
He's 51 years old. Why the fuck are you holding into fucking street beefs at 51 years old, man? He slammed into the ground. Yeah, I know, bro. Why the fuck would you do that? You're old, bro. Go relax. Go sit on the beach. Why you want to go do some fucking brain damage type shit? Speed can do a better backflip. Yeah, facts.
Height is a 5'5". Mouth guard on the floor. My weight for 1.
Yeah, but he got paid millions of dollars. What's this guy getting paid, bro? At least Mike Tyson got paid millions of dollars. Like, what the fuck?
44 pounds. My age is 51.
Texas from North Carolina, 5'10". Don't care. I'm here to put warheads in forehead. Shout out my boy.
If I was 75 years old, I would be fighting 20-year-olds like you, bro. Like, yeah, fuck out of here, Draco. I see you. I see what's up. Come get me, biatch.
Boys from the 291st Airborne. It's for you. I
know. Street Beefs, it's showtime. You ready? You ready? Round 1, fight! Let's go. Good sportsmanship. Hey, you don't want to take it down.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. Oh! Fuck! He has old man strength. Watch and learn. Yeah, they of course have their strength, but you lose your speed, man. Damn, bro. Damn, bro.
Talk your shit, Quan.
Damn, bro.
Good work, guys.
Jab in the middle.
Stay patient.
Give me a 1 minute!
Damn, bro, this old guy can move, man. This old guy is a fucking, he's got some good reaction time. He's had boxing training. How he's bobbing and weaving his head. He's anticipating him getting the fuck out of the way when this guy's swinging. That's good shit. But this other guy's swinging like out from New Zealand type shit. You know, out with these fucking haymakers. You gotta have straight punches, man. He's like the Black Panther from the Black Panther movies. My God, bro. Oh, those kicks are so damaging, bro. You know that guy's legs are conditioned. You're hearing the smack. The other guy's letting down the whole... Ha! His black card is declining. My God. He lost his footing, but he still damaged him. My God. Yeah, he does.
Hey, keep your jab out. Keep your jab out. That body right now. 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
Oh, God.
That body.
Oh, God.
That caught it. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up.
Oh, bro.
Down the pipe. Down the pipe. Down the pipe.
Oh,
straight
bro.
right down the pipe. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6.
5.
That's round. That's round 2. Good work, guys. Back to your great fight.
Bro, that old guy needed the break, man. He was fatiguing.
Break time.
Stop trying to knock the block off.
That cut on his head was insane.
Look, every time he throws, he bends down like this.
Stick with that jab. Wait until he throws that hook and then nail him with that, huh? You don't need to throw everything 100%.
Yeah, the old man knows what he's doing, bro.
Just get him tagged up a couple times.
Someone gonna tell you to transition to something else, and then right as I heard the pop.
Round 2, you know what we do.
Better than most 55-year-olds, yeah, bro.
You ready?
I hope I'm moving like that when I'm 55, huh?
You ready?
Yeah, the old man. Let's hope so, bro.
Let's go!
The old guy's really fatigued, bro. He's like, he just telegraphed that he was gonna kick, but he just was too slow. What race do you think the old man is, Bo? I'm not trying to be racist, but I think he's Vietnamese. I think he's Vietnamese. He's either Vietnamese or Chinese. I think. Don't do the Asian eyes, Bo. Don't do the Asian eyes. Oh, it's really itchy there, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Down the butt. Down the pipe.
Oh, he fucking got him. The old guy got him, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Down the pipe.
And he got connected too, bro. You did tell me, Draco. You did tell me, bro. He got connected too, but he just kept fucking hitting him. My god, bro. My god, G. Shit's crazy, G.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. عيد مبارك لكل المسلمين بكل العالم. تمنونا الفوز اليوم إن شاء الله راح نفوز وناخذ الحزام. Just want a quick shout out to Street Beef GoPro. Hit me up on Instagram, Bad Company. Shout out to Tusha too. Tusha,
damn,
what's
bro.
up?
You got that old man power, yeah.
From Mississippi, representing Orlando, Florida. I'm ready.
Street Beefs, one more title fight. This one for the vacant 185 MMA belt that somebody ran away and left open. Don't do that running. In this corner, we got Unknown. He's 5-0 in Satan's backyard. And in this corner, we got Iraqi Assassin. He's 28-3 in Satan's
damn, bro.
Be safe, fellas. Fight hard.
One more.
Yeah, look.
What up, bro? Yeah, that's what I said. You guys know the rules. Just meet all time. We're clean fight. Alright. So slow. Let's get this shit on the road. You ready? You ready? Let's fight!
Let's go, Omar. Hands up. Hands up. Yep. Nice.
Put your foot on that edge.
There you go. Good. Good.
Damn, those kicks sound like whips.
Nice. Nice. Good. Good parry. Turn around. Yep. Nice. Double leg. Double leg. Yep. Nice. Fight for underhooks. There you go.
Get off the cage. There you go.
Fight underhooks, Omar. Yeah, start your turn. Start your turn. Start your turn. Yeah, there nice. You go. Relax. Shoulder position. Nice. Pin him up. Yep. Get heavy and relax. Yeah, start fighting. Start fighting inside. I got it, bro. I got it.
There you go.
Damn, bro.
Good knees. Nice. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up, Omar. Start chopping that lead. Good. Nice. Nice.
Oh, bro. Oh.
Good.
Underhook. Body shot. Body shot. You got his stomach. Body shot. You have his stomach. Body shot. Body shot. There you go. Body shot. Body shot. You got his stomach. Don't let him take you down.
Hips in. Nice. Double leg is there, Omar. Double leg is there.
There's a gap. There's a gap. You got him. Again, another one. Another one to the body.
Throw.
Hands up.
Inside leg chop in the face. Hands fly. 30 seconds. Cap kicks in there. 30 seconds. Right there, return. You know what you're doing? Mid to it.
Oh, man.
Hands fly.
Back. Wrap him up. Nice.
Oh! See what I mean? That was a light touch in that area. Look, ready?
Wrap him up.
See where he hit him? He hit him right across there. This area, I'm telling you, man, you get hit there good enough. All it takes is just precision, not a lot of force, and you're done.
Nice.
Bro gave his ass a quickie? Yeah, bro. Quite literally, no diddy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He gave his boyfriend a quickie. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. All diddy. No diddy, bro. No diddy, bro. Hell no. I hope he's not watching, bro. I'll be freaking out.
Listen, let your hands fly. Use your jab. He can't box with you. Use your jab. Keep him at a distance. He's gonna keep trying to leg you.
Go in. He's hurt still. He is hurt. You good thing. And listen, you stole that whole round. Not stole. You won that whole round.
And ready? Good fight! Hands up on my face. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Nice. Right there every time.
Ooh. I'm gonna start my dreadlock journey soon. Yeah, fair, bro. That was a good little snippet, bro. That was a good little snippet. All right, we'll react to Discord and then we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up and we'll definitely react to more stuff tomorrow. I got some more stuff planned for tomorrow. So yeah, it should be good. It should be good. We got a good stream for tomorrow too. I'll just react to a bit of the Discord stuff. Won't react to everything, obviously. Some things, and then some things I'll leave for tomorrow also. But yeah, it's been a good stream so far. Alrighty, let's get our ass into the Discord, huh? Alrighty. We'll save that for tomorrow. What's this?
Don't move, Steve. This is about a 150-year-old turtle. You stuck your arm in his mouth? Smash it. Do you want to see him smash something? Yeah. Grab that carrot. Say this is a fish,
damn,
right?
Bro.
Fish comes in. He's like, oh, look at that. It's food up there. It goes in there and boom. Grab that carrot. Bam! That's what I'm talking about, Steve!
Damn, bro. Don't be so scared. He's far away, man. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? So much fucking brain rot. Oh, LeBron, bro. Hell nah, bro. Damn. Damn, he had his car lowered that much? LeBron was taken down? Damn, bro, really? They did him dirty, bro.
What do people spend more money on per month? I hope it's streaming services. I mean, it probably is, because now
My
you
king
have,
has
like,
fallen? Yeah, rip LeBron, bro.
Netflix, Hulu, Disney.
They killed LeBron? I hope not. I hope he's just injured and he'll be alright. And then he got resurrected? Damn,
Plus,
bro.
like, if you add them all together, you're probably paying, like, $70 a month. No way.
Damn,
That's
bro.
so
More people paying money on OnlyFans. This society's cooked, chat.
disappointing to see, wow. I'd say groceries, right? Groceries can get pretty expensive, probably like a couple hundred per week. I don't think gas would even be like over 100. Okay, cool. Wow, gas is pretty high. That seems like a lot. Fast food. So if people eat it like twice a week, for instance, that's like $30 a week.
Have you ever paid for OnlyFans? Never, bro. Never ever, bro. Never ever.
Weeks, probably like 100 on fast food.
On God, never ever, and I never would. If you pay. Ugh, what was the other part? Or sex work? No, no. You don't do that shit, G. You don't do that stuff, Draco. Don't ever do that stuff. It's not No good. No good, my friend. Don't be like Trey Living. No, I won't. I'll be myself.
Utilities would definitely be more. Nice. Exactly. Good. Oh, definitely rent. I don't think most people even save any money. I'm sure savings is like significantly under rent. Rent's probably like 2,000, 1,600. Okay. Saving 200.
Damn, bro. Society is fucking cooked. Is this messy? Oh my god. Oh my god. That guy's fucking the next Ronaldo, man. Trey is like a D1 gooner, bro. Gave us a Twitter method for OnlyFans girls with no clout. What the fuck is he doing, bro?
100.
I'm gonna have a chat to Trey. Definitely put some questions in the Discord you want me to ask him, Draco.
McNuggets, 7 McChickens, and 3 large fries. Going in on the Mr. Space Box. It has a full screen. Going in for a blinker. Cheers.
What the fuck?
A blinker? Hey, we out of here.
Damn. If you vape, just leave society, bro. Just get the fuck out of Western society. If you vape, bro, there's something wrong with you. It's like what Tate says. Breathe air. Breathe air. I was gonna ask if I can ask suggestive questions about Trey interview. Yeah, of course, man. If you got questions while I'm interviewing him, ask.
POV, trying to win a prize for your girl.
Damn, bro, he sold the bag, man. Damn, bro, he fucked up. Tate was funny in 2022. Yeah, bro. He had some funny things to say, didn't he? What a crazy time of the internet. Playboy Cardi has no idea.
What's your relationship with MC Scratch? Your relationship with MC Scratch. You don't know? Say what? MC Scratch.
I don't know.
You don't know MC Scratch?
No.
Bro, he has no personality. No. Crazy.
These are some YouTubers turned killers. So Stephen McCullough was a YouTuber who murdered the expecting mother of his child and faked a 6-hour GTA livestream on his channel, VoteSaxon07, by using a pre-recorded stream in order to create an alibi for himself.
Playboy Cardi's like Blade. He's a vampire. Via unavailable? Damn, bruh. They're banning things? Damn. Bruh, LeBron really went down, huh? It's not showing full screen. I know. It's whack.
Why, young Tug God. Yeah, little man, you know. You're not, fam. You're a little man. How old are you? Bro, man's a big 50-year-old.
50? You look 50 still.
But how old do I look, cuz?
You look tired.
Tired?
Yeah? You 28, walk one.
Well, me 15.
Yeah? 15, little boy. Don't respect your elders.
Shit, man,
yeah,
this contradicted my age.
What the fuck? You missed the King Von clip? It's not available. Maybe it might let me play here. No. It's not available, bro. Doesn't let me open it. It says WMG who has blocked to display the website or application. Damn, bro.
What are you doing, bro? You dumb? Are you my mad? What?
Damn, bro. Picking on a midget is kind of just fucking insane, man. Get a life, Mizzy, bro. I hope you're actually doing better, man. No cap. No cap. Alrighty, chat. Alrighty, chat. It's time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up. Good stream, chat. Good stream. Bit of a quiet one. It was good energy, I think. Good discussion. Good vibes. Mizzy doing, brother? Yeah, bro. I'll be live tomorrow, as always. I may do a little TikTok live of me playing rugby. I don't know yet. I'll see how I feel. I might just go to bed. I'm kind of tired. But I'll see how I feel. But I'll be live on YouTube tomorrow, same time as always. Trey Living stream on Tuesday or Monday for you, Draco. Great stream, great vibes. I love you guys. I'll be live tomorrow. And yeah, Make sure to be active in the Discord, share your questions, share more videos. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Peace.